right, Chris.
I just wanted to just recap one thing. You said there was an Africa travel update. I was just sort of puzzled that there's nothing more on the president. You know, we just thought there was going to be. We're all waiting for that at the end.
I know. Well, he did talk about Africa travel, but not as it relates to the president. But there are, as you heard from the Admiral, cabinet secretaries, obviously being really active with their travel, going to the continent, and having really important conversations.
Is it still the president's commitment to go to the continent?
Look, it is the president's commitment to go to the continent as it relates to a timeline, a date. I don't have that to share with you at this time, but we wanted to lift up the cabinet secretaries, as we have also said that we would see an influx of cabinet secretaries traveling to the continent, which is what you're seeing, and the president is very much wants to go to the continent. Obviously, one of the reasons why we lifted up in the topper today is because the president wanted to show his commitment to the continent of Africa.
I do know that there's a lot of people that do care. I think we live in a compassionate community. So, before we go down the road of, doing what, following suit on some of these other cities are taking action on, my idea would be let's find out. Let's find out who's willing to help. We do hear from constituents on both sides of this. What are we going to do to preemptively stop this? And then we hear from people that tell us we should do more. So, we do have a very affluent community, a lot of big homes. What I'd like to do is direct staff to create a sign-up sheet. So, for individuals that would be willing to house migrant families. And if there's people that would do that, God bless them. So if we could raise awareness in that way, I think we need to find out. I think we need to find out who would be willing to house migrant families. So that would be my new business. I'd be looking for, support from the dais. Any questions, discussion, happy to have that.
Economy, but so far it really hasn't changed in their perception of how President Biden has contributed to this and helped them. Are there discussions about different ways that you can try to communicate this message, given the fact that so far it just hasn't sunk in with the American psyche that Biden should be getting credit, in your belief?
I mean, look, we're going to just continue to have the conversation. Look, we're going to try, obviously, we're always trying to find ways to communicate with folks on the ground. And we understand, look, polls don't vote, people vote. That's really important to remember as well.
And is the president frustrated that Americans are feeling better about the economy, but they're not feeling better about his role?
I think what the president is proud to see is that the data is showing that consumer confidence is up. And let's not forget, we're going to continue to lower costs for the American people. And so as long as we do that, as long as we do our job, the president does his job, then that's what matters. We believe that what the president has done is working. Now we have more work to do in lowering costs, and we'll continue to do that. But certainly, this is the president and this administration's work at hand.
Does the White House support the possibility of limiting immigration parole that seems to be now at the center of Senate negotiations?
I'm not going to speak to the specifics of the negotiation process, what's being discussed, the policy discussions, or even the funding component of the discussions. Just not going to do that from here. Can't negotiate from the podium because we want to make sure that they have, negotiators have the freedom to have a good faith conversation. I'm just not going to inject myself from here.